Hey guys, it's Chuchi back with another video. I haven't been posting as much as I would like to, but I've been a bit ill, still a bit ill. Alright, today I'm coming with a special video. I'm not going to be reviewing any project. In fact, I'm going to be talking about this method that I found that is being it's been pretty good for me. I'm generating about $100 to $500 a day, more or less. It's highly risky. I'm not gonna deny it. It's highly risky, but if you're lucky enough, you got some spare change that you'd like basically put to work sitting at home. A series of steps that I've built myself. I tend to follow 4 to 5 conditions. If they're all green ticks for me, then I go ahead with the investment. If not, then I wait. There's no issue in waiting. Some people see that the market is recovering, and people saying that we're going back in a bull market and everybody's buying like crazy. We got time for everything, right? Basically, what I tend to do is look for micro gems, cryptocurrencies that have just come out or are about to come out, and try to purchase before anybody knows, and then hopefully pray that it's gonna explode and you're gonna make a nice return out of it. I've been involved into projects that have done easy 100x in like a week, 1000x maybe in a month, something like that. So it is possible. You gotta have a lot of patience, and you gotta huddle basically. Yet again, not financial advice. Do your own research and don't spend more than you are willing to lose. That's one of the most important things, because some people, they don't really understand that. But anyways, in order for me to use this strategy, I use this thing called Dex Screener. Dex Screener is like if it was CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, but in a like really good detail overview with so much analytics about different blockchains, the market. Like, it's really good. Um, it has a lot of utility and it's very nice for analyzing, looking at charts and things like that. And yeah, so I tend to look for new pairs. I specifically go to Solana right now because that's where kind of all the hype was. I remember last bull market was in Binance Smart Chain, but I feel like Solana is where everybody wants to go right now. So I go to Solana. 24-hour volume was 395 million compared to Binance, which was 20. Ethereum 45. So basically all the hype right now is in Solana. I select Solana. I tend to look at pairs that are around 3 hours or less. 3 hours or less, and then I just filter out from literally the newest to oldest. And as you guys can see, this was created 10 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, so on. And so, you can pretty much see that they were all pretty good gains. I don't tend to follow this much, because this I think is basically manipulated. I tend to look at liquidity first. The higher the liquidity, the bigger the market. For every time somebody buys or sells, the price changes less if the market depth is bigger. If liquidity is really thin, and every time there's a buy or sell, that's gonna basically fluctuate the price of the token more drastic. Then I tend to look at for example, volume. I want to look at projects that their volume is literally starting, so around the 10Ks, for example this one. And yeah, I'll look at it. Everything looks promising. There's a nice volume. Liquidity is nice as well. You can obviously see that it's had an increase of 95%. Basically, if you think about it, it's 7 minutes old. Once I don't really tend to look at them. I then go and look at 1 second chart, because that gives me a better overview of how things are going. Like I was saying, Dex Screener has a lot of utilities here that you can use to analyze graphs, even for example, price change. Say for example, I bought over here and I sold over there. That would be a 200% increase in a time frame of about not even an hour, like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. And so yeah, one of the other things that so these things that I'm telling you about, I just check them. If it tends to be good, then I take it. And then once I have all these ticks, is when I decide if I'm gonna invest or not. The next thing that I tend to look at is if liquidity is locked. For example, in this case, liquidity is not locked, and well, the project could suffer from a rug pull. as we don't know who's behind it really. There's a lot of projects that end up being rug pulls, and basically what this means is the person that created the token added the liquidity. Once people start to purchase, when they see it convenient for them, they remove the liquidity, which basically means that they basically steal your fund and you don't have any way of finding who they are or taking any legal action against them. And so yeah, I look at the project having a little lock. Normally it appears in green, and if you click over it, or yeah, if you click over it, it will tell you the amount of liquidity locked. The greater the better, because then they just can't take that liquidity out. I also tend to look at the contract. So I'll go to Soul Scan. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. Up here you can just simply copy the address, and I just go Soul Scan and paste token address on here, and then I'll basically take a look at the holders. My aim is to see a nice spread. For example, this is nice, right? Because not much users are holding a big portion of the tokens. Therefore, the person that has released, or the team that has released this crypto doesn't hold majority of the tokens, therefore they can't really dump. Every now and then I look at top traders just to see, like, in terms of their token, roughly where they bought, the profit they're in, things like that. This is a great example. For example, here, these two first address that are at a profit right now, it doesn't tell you when they bought. So basically what I do is I tend to click on here, and I tend to analyze how they could have gotten these tokens and why they got these tokens. If they didn't purchase, which seems to me that it looks like they didn't purchase, I tend to stay out of a project, mainly because they can dump like they basically did already. And they didn't purchase these tokens, therefore they're probably the team behind it. And then I use some investor rationale, which is I don't tend to look at the price. I don't really care about the price. I look at the market cap, and I think to myself, how would an investor react? So say for example somebody bought here, and that was at a market cap of 5,000. What would be the next goal for a person to want to sell? So maybe 10k or 20k. As you can see, for example, this candle closed at 20k and then it continued. So therefore, people that bought a 5k market cap didn't start selling until 36,000 market cap. So that's about like a 7x more or less the money that you have. In terms of prices, we're talking about, that's a 600%. So yeah, that's like a 700% gain that you would have made in terms of, like, I'd say like a couple minutes. So like I said, these are things that you just gotta, it's a quick in and out. And that's essentially how I tend to look for these projects. So far, like I said, you gotta check the list of things that I told you. If everything looks promising, there's obviously a risk into everything. But if in the list of things that I need to check, all of them appear to be good, as in tick, then I go for it. And then it's just basically probability, but it's the same probability as if you go to that casino. So it's something that you have to decide at the end of the day. I'm doing it. Obviously, it's some money that, in the worst scenario, if it does go bad, then I've lost it. I can't really do anything about it. But you never know. You might hit a jackpot and you might make 1,000x or something. You never know. But that's the strategy I use. I hope that you guys like the video, and yeah, let me know if you want to see more things, or if you'd like me to, I don't know, analyze projects and just make a Telegram group chat and post it, and then it's less work for you guys. I don't really mind, because that's something that I basically do every day anyway. But yeah, have a good evening, guys.